Welcome, welcome, welcome to the Monday stream. I hope everyone's having an awesome Monday morning. Mayhem Hippie kicking off things with a tier 1 sub for 4 months at this point. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Sheesh. Starting off bright and early. Thank you. I appreciate that. How's it going, Mayhem Hippie? Astro, how's it going? Mr. How's it going? Howdy, everybody. Welcome. I hope everyone had an awesome weekend. We do have a few things to go through. Happy Caddy Monday. Well, it is definitely Monday. To a tier 1 sub. Jesus, thank you so much. I appreciate that. I wish every day was Catterday, but yeah. I'm writing a strongly worded email about a client. They want every single photo of their blog content swapped out. Hours worth of work on content that has already been approved, has approval emails and published. I want to run away back to camp. This is what I get for leaving the woods. True. Oh man. Jeez. So I guess like mini story time. A while back, this is what now is eons ago. I used to work for a web design company, and I used to be a web designer. I did like 2 back-to-back kind of like web design jobs. And man, that used to be a thing. You could spend a day's worth of editing. Well, what my job was in the one company was to do what is known as wireframes. I don't know if that's a thing anymore, but wireframes essentially are just like the bones of a website that illustrate what the website is going to do, how it's going to function, the menus, where the logo is going to be, where it's going to be placed, everything. Like it's just the bones of how the website is supposed to operate and how it's supposed to like function essentially. We used to have clients like that too. I did shave, yes. I did shave. I could not keep it forever, folks. Could not keep the beard forever. To me, it's uncomfortable. Just as a personal, like choice, I guess. It's uncomfortable as soon as it starts getting too itchy, because like, there's 2 elements. There's laziness and the fact that it just bothers me. You look so much younger like that. True. I appreciate that. At least it makes it easier for me to swap, like to play around. And play around the age, right? Your aftershave smells fine. I'm glad it's coming through. Funny enough, what I use for aftershave is Harry's. Harry's aftershave. It's actually, well, not aftershave. I'm sorry, shaving cream. Or shaving. Uh, Yeah, not it's not yeah, it's like cream. Um, Harry's shaving cream, pretty good. Pretty good. I feel like there was another story that I had to put forth here. Let's see. Making sure I don't miss anything. Sorry, sometimes Discord gets a little wonky. Okay, let's move Discord out of the way. When did you start using the Majority Reports Studio? False. The Majority Report uses my studio. Okay, that's the running gag that I have, and I'm gonna stick to it. I can dig it. Yeah, I actually figured out. I think this like years ago. Um, I figured out actually that what they use is IKEA panels, and so I did, and so I stole their I appropriated that idea as well. We have a predictable outcome of recessions and inflation happening here. The powerful unions are striking for increased wages and protecting their condition as the economy tanks. Yeah, I mean, it depends. Yeah, you stole their IKEA. Exactly. That's what I did. Yeah, I mean, it depends on, well, what better time than now to strike, right? I mean, there's like, well, I don't know what the situation is over there, but sheesh. I hope the unions and LRB manage to miss the SCOTUS gutting the Constitution a little while longer. Yeesh. There's going to be a lot of decisions that are going to be coming out from the Supreme Court soon. I almost want to say like throughout these these weeks, right? That's going to be something to watch for, that's for sure. Obergel going next year most likely. Hey, I woke up early enough to catch ADT. Good morning. Good morning to you. Howdy howdy. We have an incredibly bad economic forecast and food banks are helping record number of even working people. Yikes. Well, I don't know the difference between how the systems over there work versus over here, but that's not good. That is not good at all. All right. In the UK, that's been happening here for years. Yeesh. That's also true. Food banks are also stretched pretty thin in parts of Canada. Yikes. Howdy, Heat. How's it going? Did y'all have a good weekend? Excellent. That's good to hear. Yeah, we had a pretty chill weekend. Just driving a lot. Gas is expensive. Gas is unbelievably expensive. I was talking to my parents yesterday, and thanks, Biden. True. This guy Brandon is really. Uh, I was talking to my parents yesterday, and in South Florida, gas prices are above $5 for sure. Reminds me, I saw a statistic that compared food insecurity to the average U.S. family. A little over 10% U.S. military families are facing 14 plus percent food insecurity. Yikes. The reason I mention these things is we can expect this over there and elsewhere in the world. That's true. I saw an article just a few minutes ago that the guy from Breaking Bad, just to piggyback off that, the guy from Breaking Bad, um, made a comment that said like Americans who love capitalism and are complaining about gas prices should just STFU. Brian Cranston, no, I think the guy that plays Hank, the cop, and I'm like, damn, true, true. Fuel is a worldwide commodity. The U.S. president cannot influence global markets. Yeah, but try telling that to conservatives. I wouldn't say gas is unbelievably expensive. Gas just is as expensive as I would expect it to be, considering it's a primarily a world for profit commodity. True, it's just capitalism. My favorite move of Biden is the my favorite move of Biden's is the executive order supporting trans people, which has no orders and no enforcement mechanisms. Nice. 4.99 in Vermont. Sheesh. Hank always plays a cop. Cranston is kind of based. Cranston is based. I need to watch Breaking Bad again. Anyhow, high fuel prices will slow down global climate change drivers, meaning the higher the fuel prices is, the more, the less people buy gasoline, I guess. Is that what you're trying to say? The less likely it is for people to use fossil fuels? I keep getting these alerts for freaking voicemails. Ugh. What's a mensch? And what I mean by gas prices being high, I mean them relative, like in the US. Any fossil fuel and economic activity will slow. I mean, yeah, in like on paper that should pan out, but I don't know. On paper that should pan out, but I would say that Astra's correct. Once we can get commercial battery production up to a decent scale, it's a Yiddish superlative. Basically, one hell of a guy. Yeah, Brian Cranston is pretty based. Well, I learned something new today. I think that we have like certain. Whoa, my chat just went wild. Okay, um, A person of integrity and honor. Nice. Yeah, but I think that like commercial like battery commercial battery systems, I think they're more or less like have advanced to the point where I think that deploying renewables wherever possible, I think it's a pretty safe bet to deploy like renewables as much as humanly possible in whatever ways that we can as quickly as we can. I think we have like everything pretty much ready or should have in technology wise, I should say. It's a bit like 9/11. They had this guys had no planes for a while. Oh, I see what you're saying. Oh my goodness, I keep getting these. Okay. Yeah, but I don't know. I don't know. Ideally, we would live in a logical world where people would realize, like, hey, maybe all this like fossil fuel stuff isn't like worth the hassle anymore. But I don't know. Maybe I'm asking for too much. All right, folks, let's get through some of these headlines today. I saw this out of the corner of my eye. Figured, why not? Muted? Whoa. Are we muted? Are we good? No? Oh, David, not so much. Okay. Oh, I see what's going on here. Okay. Oh my goodness. Sorry about that. I see what's going on here. Playback. I think it's here. All right, there we go. The renewables are not even required right away. Commercial battery packs will reduce overall energy production by reduce the number of major peaks in usage, as well as making electric vehicles more practical. Gotcha. I posted some red hot news in the whispers of Vince McMahon. I don't know how to pronounce his name. All right.
And the group I had in the House office buildings did nothing suspicious.
Even you, AOC, we're coming to take you out.
Is he some nefarious character?
Not that I know of.
Fox News is in damage.
Oh, good memes. Good freaking memes. Oh, man.
Booking dog.
Ah. I'm getting a bunch of ads. Hold on, folks. I regularly butcher English on Twitch. It's the only language I'm fluent on. That's okay. I butcher the English language on a daily too.
Damage control after someone that they defended as doing nothing wrong maybe in fact did do something wrong. So the January 6th committee released video of Republican Congressman Barry Loudermilk giving a tour to a group of people, including one individual who the next day on January 6th issued threats to Congress people on video. So that video released just hours after Fox News defended Loudermilk for doing nothing wrong. And now, after that video came out from the committee, Fox News came back the next day to try and, issue some damage control here to try and defend the person they initially defended. So in this video, I will break it down all in order so it all makes sense. I will show you what Fox News initially said. I will show you the video that was released by the January 6th committee. And then I'll show you how Fox News came back the next day and what they said then. But it all starts first with this tweet. This was shortly before Barry Loudermilk first appeared on Fox News. Here he is saying, "The truth will always prevail, as I've said since the January 6th committee made their baseless accusation about me to the media. I never gave a tour to the on the Capitol on January 5th, 2021. So,
Hmm. 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 Oh man, what is that quote? Bob Dragon, how's it going? Howdy. There we go. John Eastman should be in jail. Yeah, there definitely needs to be a lot of investigations under that. Trump hilariously acting as an LGBTQ savior in battle over log cabin Republicans being turned away from Texas GOP convention is kind of a hoot. Huh. Supposedly, Trump is now calling for Pence to leave the GOP for not being, quote, loyal, right? Because it's the party of Trump. Yeah, it's the party of Trump. Right. He never actually gave a tour. He just assisted in tactical reconnaissance of the Capitol building complex. That's more accurate, actually. John Eastman's not Trump fall guy, so he can get away with the insurrection. Yeah, I mean, who knows? Who knows if any of these people are going to get any accountability? I never gave a tour of the Capitol on January 5th. The party told you to reject the evidence of your eyes and ears. It was the final, most essential command. Folks, there could be video. There could be text messages. There could be emails. And they'll still say it didn't happen.
he here screenshots the Capitol Police statement saying that Barry Loudermilk did not give a tour that was suspicious in any way, but I'll get to more on this statement later. First, I want to show you the appearance, Loudermilk's appearance on Fox News shortly after this statement came out.
Now, for over a year, Democrats suggested that congressional Republicans had led groups of visitors on so-called recon missions on the Capitol on January 5th, 2021. Remember that? Now, the implication was obvious that Republicans, elected officials, were in on the plot. Loudermilk, we find out, did nothing wrong. In a letter to House Administration Committee ranking member Rodney Davis, Capitol Police Chief Tom Manger wrote that officers had reviewed security footage and found no evidence that Loudermilk entered the Capitol with the group of constituents at all.
And the group I had in the House office.
Wait, whoa, that is a wildly... Did y'all see the little bait and switch that we did there? Did you see a little bait and switch? The claim went from there were certain Republican lawmakers who were giving out tours, essentially, right? That was the original claim. Then it went to he didn't actually enter the Capitol with these folks. Okay, but that wasn't the original statement. Wait, let's listen to that again.
Did nothing wrong. In a letter to House Administration Committee ranking member Rodney Davis, Capitol Police Chief Tom Manger wrote that officers had reviewed security footage and found no evidence that Loudermilk entered the Capitol with the group of constituents at all.
Yeah, nobody said that. I don't think that was the original claim. I don't think that was the original claim at all. Yeah, they might have just been interested in the sub-basement building. Yeah. Huh. I see. I think we're having some issues with Stream Elements, folks. Yeah, Stream Elements is being wonky today. You see, I didn't even notice, but Mayhem Hippie gave 100 biddies. Not only did Mayhem Hippie subscribe, but they threw down 100 biddies. Thank you so much. I appreciate that. Thank you. I apologize I didn't see that earlier. I wasn't in the bank for the robbery. I was sitting in the getaway car, so I'm not part of the theft. Yeah, or like, it would be more akin to like, yeah, I wasn't technically in the bank, but I helped, give plans or something.
And the group I had in the House office buildings did nothing suspicious.
I mean, it was a total lie. I'm just going to say,
on it.
Congressman, it was a lie. It was a smear. The January 6th committee said to CNN, oh, no, we have other information, I guess, about you or this that's going to come to light.
Yes, they do, which is why maybe you should have waited just a few hours before having this massive defense of Barry Loudermilk and saying that he did nothing wrong. Well, the committee came out to say this. Surveillance footage shows a tour led by Loudermilk to areas of the House office buildings as well as the entrances to Capitol tunnels. Individuals on the tour photographed/recorded areas not typically of interest to tourists, hallways, staircases, and security checkpoints. So I will say, there's an aspect of this story where I'm in between. I'm actually in between Loudermilk and the committee here. I'll discuss what that is after, but first, let me show you what the committee released.
It has begun here at the Washington Monument, Washington, D.C. Say hello to Facebook.
Hey, what's going on, man? Glad to be here, bro.
This is our fearless leader.
Hey, baby.
Danny Hamilton.
Check out my flag I made, guys. See it? There you go, baby. That's for a certain person.
That's right. That's for somebody special. Somebody special.
Look at these peaceful patriots who just want to express. Look at these peaceful patriots who just want to express how angry they are. Wasn't this the lady who was texting Trump about how bad the riot looked and he should bring in the army? Yeah, she was one of those people who were freaking out because they knew what exactly that was going to look like. Nazis equal the original Dindus? What is that? This is the same person, by the way.
There's no escape, Pelosi. Schumer. Nadler. We're coming.
These were the photographs that were taken by these folks. Yeah.
Coming for you. We're coming in like white on rice for Pelosi, Nadler, Schumer, even you, AOC.
Yeah. After this video came out, like, anyone who says, like, oh my god, AOC is overblowing her reaction to what like, while she was there. No. If one of these extremist, conservative, far-right people got a hold of her, I absolutely believe they would Roblox her. Absolutely. He's telling us in video. Is a meme directed at blacks as a projection from the far right? Someone more eloquent can probably expand. I've never actually heard that.
We're coming to take you out.
We're coming to take you out. That threat was explicitly. There was no veil behind that. That was an explicit threat to Pelosi, Schumer, Nadler, and even you, AOC, is what he said. Oh, didn't do not. Okay, gotcha. There were literally dozens, if not hundreds, of people there that would have killed her if they found her. 100%. 100%.
We'll pull you out by your hairs. How about that, Pelosi? Go, might as well make yourself another appointment. I'll get done with you. You're gonna need a shine up on top of that bald head.
During that tour, that guy took photos of hallways, tunnels, staircases.
All right, now, since this aspect of the video that's going to come up now has no audio, I might...
That's... I think he meant to take... I think he was meaning to take them out for a buffet for all their hard work. True. You know what? Listen, we gotta reorient our perspective, folks, okay? Maybe what he meant... Maybe what he meant is that he's going to take them out to a buffet to congratulate them or thank them for all their hard work. Come on, guys. How's it going, Wretched Deal? How's a good meme? Yeah, I need to pay attention to this because my Stream Elements isn't working, so let's see. Yeah, they were all there that day to celebrate how good of a job they were doing. That's what it is. That's what it is. Okay.
Might as well speak over it, so I'm going to play this for you here. And you're going to see Barry Loudermilk in the tunnel there in the suit, and the guy in front taking a picture of the stairwell for some reason.
Yeah, like imagine like what could you possibly need to take a picture of a stairwell for other than like obvious reconnaissance? Like there's literally video evidence of what these folks are planning. But the Republicans and conservatives want to tell us to just the most final and essential command is to not believe the evidence of your eyes and ears. Just, it doesn't exist. Everything is fine. That was their final and most essential command. There's literally audio evidence, video evidence, messages from these groups. I mean...
Interesting. I'll get to Bear Loudermilk's defense of this on Fox News the next day shortly. But more pictures being taken here at the security checkpoint. Picture here being taken of a random hallway.
Yeah.
All while Loudermilk is claiming that he never gave any tour of the Capitol. Here he is again. Now, the reason why he is able to say this, or why he is saying this, is he's so, sly, so cunning in his defense here.
I mean, like, what he could say is that I didn't know that's what they were planning. I mean, like, if he really wanted to, like, do a whole, like, CYA kind of deal, is just say, like, well, I didn't know, like, I wasn't paying attention. But then, if that's true, if you're not paying attention, who are you letting into the Capitol, bro? So either you are so grossly naive, incompetent, or just not paying attention that you didn't see the random dude just taking pictures of hallways and exits, because that's what normal tourists do, or you noticed and didn't say anything. And I think tours are not even supposed to be happening. He knew it and he still gave a tour. Yeah, I mean, it's not like he's going to do time. Biden won't have the DOJ do anything to his buddies. Well, I don't know if they're his, quote, buddies. But I do think that there's not going to be any accountability. You show them that and they'll show you a thing of ballots being moved from one place to another. Boom, evidence. How did this fly under the radar so long? I think that what's happening here, Buck Dragon, is that all of this months and months and months and months of information gathering is now just slowly being rolled out. That's why they're taking their time for these last the hearings are like 5 to 6 hearings. There's a lot of information that they've been working on this entire time. But it's good that they put it all in one place so that everybody could really kind of have a summary, a nice, neat package of what exactly happened. But they knew that about the other tour that Representative Green gave right away, or did I mean... Well, I mean, they... Remember, all of this was originally just, like, accusations, and then, like, evidence collecting started. And part of that is this right here that we're seeing. Doesn't David have a kid now? How is its hair on point? Nazi's gonna Nazi. I don't know if David Dole has a kid, does he? I don't know. I don't know if he has a kid or not, to be quite frank. I know Pacman, I know David Pacman just had a kid. Sorry, we're not supposed to use that acronym. Yeah, it ruins my Magic the Gathering thing, okay? It ruins it. I try as I might to try to avoid that, because, like, that's just me personally. No, it's okay about Dragon. That's just me personally. Because, man, the Magic the Gathering is, like, near and dear to me, and I don't know, it's just odd. They have to sift through all that cell phone video, all the people that were there, and also, if we had AIs to correlate the video data, it would have gone faster. Yeah, but I'm kind of glad that they're, like, physically looking at this. Oh no, it's all good, Bub Dragon. Yeah, but did you see that whole debacle with Google AI? Yeah, I didn't understand it. I don't know. To call it sentient, like, could it be possible that maybe it's just a really advanced AI that's giving you that impression? I did see that story though, Mayhem Hippie. Also, thank you so much for the all the support. The Dems spent more effort cheating Bernie than they have ever to make real law, codify trans rights, or even support the rule of law via and vis-a-vis voter suppression. Yeah, well, the thing is, like, here's the problem. The Democratic Party is how do I say this? Fickle. I keep getting these notifications for voicemail. The Democratic Party has become is incompetent, has no... It almost seems like they have no incentive to really do much about anything. That's the problem. Because, I mean, in a way, like, that's the game, right? In a way, that's the game. I mean, what are you going to do? Let the Republicans win? I think it's possible. Why can't AI evolve? I'm not... it's possible. No worries. I love your channel. I only miss one day due to my weekends are spent being unplugged. The more unplugged you are, the better. I can only do this a few hours at a time. Trust me, it's not easy. The awareness of self might be possible, but the latter, not so much. Maybe. I don't know. With the moment we can definitively say that an AI has actually become sentient, that's when we'll take the next step after that, right? We'll see how worried we need to be after that point. Jesus. Woo! I'm not saying it's impossible. The system is working as designed. It's not incompetence. They succeeded at stopping the left, which is their goal. Yeah. Maybe. It's not so much as stopping the left as much as it is protecting the status quo and protecting essentially capital, which I guess you could be... I guess you could say that that is attempting to stop the left. But I think that their primary directive is to protect capital. Whether that means stopping the left, that might be like a byproduct of it. Skynet Online vibes, true. That might be a side effect of that. Yeah, exactly, Bob Dragon.
This is why he is saying this. Because technically, he did not give a tour of the Capitol building. But he gave a tour of the Capitol complex that leads to the Capitol building.
Oh, I see. So we're playing semantic games. Okay. So now that I'm getting all of this in my head, we're playing semantic games. Bro, it doesn't matter. If you have a dude taking pictures of, oddly enough, like exits, staircases, things that aren't normal, yeah, that's kind of a massive red flag. Either A, you're so grossly unaware, no situational awareness, you didn't notice people taking, like that one dude taking pictures of like staircases. Why would anybody take pictures of staircases or exits? That's kind of strange. And that, if that's true, if he said that they're, if they weren't in the Capitol, they were in the building adjacent to it, that doesn't make it any better. Any argument against would have to factor in why the Dems torpedoed McGovern in 72. I'm not like 100% familiar. But I would suspect that the reasoning is the same. Democrats are primarily a conservative party. Really, Bernie should have gone down the Tea Party route as they have very few candidates, but voter popularity was what they had the biggest changes. Really, Bernie and the left wing took a page out of the muckraking PAC, then you would see a lot of senators on both sides sweating and being dragged into the center. Maybe. Co-opted left struggle stop them from governing, ensure revolution is inconceivable when keep boiling the frogs while positioning yourself as a lesser evil to collect the nations. Yeah, to protect... Yeah, it's the same... it's the same playbook. In true politician fashion, though, he could switch to that narrative at any time without skipping a beat, and most of the media wouldn't even question him on it. Alio, howdy. Trump said as many people there was as MLK. Oh, I saw that. That was ridiculous. That was ridiculous. That was unbelievable. I saw that, Alio. I don't know if I was watching it on a stream or if I was watching it somewhere. Oh yeah, I saw this thinking Sabercat. I'm still trying to figure out like the hard evidence of the legitimacy of this story. Not that I wouldn't think that it's not true. But Alio with the 10 biddies. Yeah, I have to pay attention. Because my stream elements isn't working. I posted on Instagram, muckracking really does work as Bobert's getting destroyed. Like this story, the thing that you're talking about, I'll post it up here. Is yeah, exactly. Oh, there it is, right there. Can you guys see it? The real story is that she's a hypocrite. If so, just taking that at face value, if what they're saying is true, the real story is that she's a hypocrite. She doesn't actually believe in any of this. It's all a grift. It's one giant con. Okay, it's one giant con. That's what it is. A sentient adjective able to perceive or feel things. Yep. That's it. The real story of that, if true, is that she's a massive hypocrite, which is standard, par for the course, for these Republicans. What, Boebert? Yeah. The story, the thing that broke, that she was allegedly a sex worker and had 2 abortions. I mean, A, that wouldn't really surprise me if it was true, and B, yeah, she's a hypocrite. No kidding.
Saying, "Oh, I'm exonerated." As the police said, I never gave a tour of the Capitol. Yeah, not literally the Capitol building, but you gave a tour of the Capitol, just the Capitol complex. These people are so incredibly dishonest. And Loudermilk's story has changed again and again. First, he said this was a group of people just in his office that were his constituents, and then they were Trump supporters that he met, and from church. He's all over the place on who these people were, why they were there. But closely here, taking a look at some of this, what we just saw. Random stairwell. Now, I will say, I'll get to where I'm in between Loudermilk and the committee on this.
Nah, I don't even care. Dude, Boebert could have had 10 abortions. That's fine. That's not the problem. As Boebert seems close to Sarah Palin. Remember her? I wish I didn't. Boebert is really dumb and aggressive, which means she's not a careful planner and leaves a trail. Yeah, like I said, it's quite possible that this is true.
But stairwell, hallway.
Right. Totally normal stuff.
So first here, before I even get to, my thoughts on one issue with the committee's statements, just going over what was said in that video initially. You have a guy who is taking cell phone video on January 6th, the day after this tour, discussing with other people. That one guy wants to impale somebody with his flagpole that he put a point at the top of. He took photos of stairwells, as I discussed, showed you, hallways, tunnels. He comments there, "We're coming for you, Pelosi, Schumer, Nadler, even you, AOC. We're coming to take you out, pull you out by your hairs."
I love the
These are direct
impression.
threats to sitting members of Congress on January 6th as he is marching towards the Capitol, or at least towards Trump's speech that ultimately turned into the Capitol insurrection. Now, to be clear, this guy has not been charged. The guy that taking all these photos, he's not been charged with actually storming the Capitol. That doesn't mean there wasn't intent here, or that there wasn't potentially something else going on with the information that he was gathering and maybe sharing that with others. There's potentially still more to come. I'll get to another clip that goes into that. But in terms of where I'm in between between these two, first here from CNN, The video released by the committee seems
Michelle
to challenge
Bachmann?
the findings of U.S. Capitol Police as detailed in a letter sent to Republican lawmakers this week, which said the department conducted a review of security footage from January 5th and did not observe any activities it deemed to be suspicious or consistent with a reconnaissance tour. The committee has not explicitly accused Loudermilk of leading a reconnaissance tour, but it did ask him to voluntarily answer questions about what is seen on the video released Wednesday. Loudermilk's story, however, has repeatedly shifted in terms of the details of what happened on January 5th. So, this is where
Two things. Either Loudermilk is incredibly naive, incredibly careless. In other words, he's a threat to national security if he's out there just giving free pass to anybody, I guess. Hey, throw on a MAGA hat and you can just kind of get a tour, right? Or he allowed it and was fully aware of what was going on, making him also a threat to our security. In 2024, if President for Life DeSantis doesn't win, they'll be much more organized. They're already starting to get organized. Katrina Kaiju. Reports are Bezos and Musk agree that government's the problem, but Congress is not. I don't know what that means. Clean shaven, looking good, ADT. Thank you, Winter Veggie. Appreciate that. If you're running on a platform of anti-magnesium consumption and there are video multiple times eating bananas, you're a fraud and should be calling in. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, there. Yeah, something like that. Thinking Sabercat. Exactly.
I am in between these two. These photos, doing this on its own, I don't think is suspicious. People take photos of weird things all the time. I'll get to Loudermilk's explanation, which I think is stupid. But
well, I disagree.
Like,
I disagree. Like, anybody who know, okay, like, I disagree. I think that is incredibly weird that they're taking pictures of specific, like, stairwells and entrances and exits, right? Like, that is weird. That is very weird.
To give you an example, this is me in 2016. I'm here. I took a picture in front of the Bernie Sanders office. There's.
Okay, but you're not. Yes, but does that look suspicious? Does that look suspicious, folks? Not really. That's exactly what you would expect. Taking pictures in front of, like, offices of candidates, like, with their plaques or whatever, that's fine.
His office. Now, this photo on its own, not suspicious. But the next day, if there was a video of me marching with a bunch of insurrectionists, and I'm discussing with other people that, you know, this person's going to impale somebody, and I'm saying, hey, Bernie, I'm coming for you. I'm going to pull you up by your hairs. Like, that's when it becomes an issue.
No, it becomes an issue if there's pictures of you taking pictures of stairways, exits, and entrances, and security checkpoints. That's the problem. That's the issue. Oh, God. There are no anarchists or communist propagandists with a bully pulpit. I never understood what that means. Hold on. Let me take 5 seconds to educate myself. Oh, I see. Okay. But just as lately, the two tag. Okay, we'll discuss that in a second.
Putting those two things together. So the Capitol Police statement on its own, I think, is just saying, hey, this video, this surveillance video of this tour is fine on its own. It's nothing suspicious here. People take pictures of weird things all the time. But they did not have access to the cell phone video. So when you combine the cell phone video from that same person that took those pictures, then that's why it becomes a story. So to claim, you know, that this on its own is suspicious, I don't think is
I
honest.
think it is. I
but
disagree.
You have to combine it with all the information, the entire context, and then it becomes suspicious. Now, let me get to
like, I think he's being too generous. I think he's being too generous. Like, the picture that he showed as his example is literally a normal tourist picture. The picture that the January 6th committee then to try to juxtapose that, it's just not comparable. It's just like, is there a picture of David Dole going into the Capitol, like adjacent areas, and trying to like take pictures of like access points, security checkpoints? Yeah, unless you're into architecture. Yeah, exactly. Oh God, lefties trying to comprehend economics. This is going to be so fun and sad at the same time. Is this the same person who didn't even understand, who got freaking absolutely like, who had a childish understanding of housing? Of housing markets? Is this the same person who had a elementary understanding of housing? Because I remember specifically that there was like a couple of people. It was two of them. Who attempted to school me with thoughts. What is it? Facts and logic. But the
next clip here. This is after the video from the committee released. This is their new defense now of what happened that day.
It must have been a slow news day for them, because this is all they talked about. The guy taking the picture sure looks kind of like Recon. We can't be sure, but Loudermilk has to come, and he has to testify to clear this up. Do you know anything about the guy?
Yeah, he would have to come and clarify this.
Taking the photo, and is he some nefarious character?
Not that I know of. And what they're not showing is, what was the guy taking a picture of? There is a golden eagle on the wall right upside that stairwell that's holding two candles. That's what he's taking a picture of. People take pictures of that all the time. When the guy's near the tunnels going to the Capitol, that's where they hang the artwork that school children give. And at the other end, there is the trolleys, the trains. And the kids wanted to see the trains that take the congressman to the House chambers. That's all this was. And the Capitol Police, they know this.
Okay. Again, on its own, this is a defense that I think would be fine. Would make sense. But to simply ignore that that same person was issuing these threats on video the next day is just totally dishonest. So the thing he's talking about there, the Golden Eagle, apparently is this, which I guess is throughout the Capitol. I'm not sure if it's from that actual stairwell, this one. But this is what is apparently within the Capitol complex. I guess somebody may take a photo of this. Again, not super weird. People take photos of stairs, of you know, maybe the marble. They like the marble on the stairs. They take a picture of the marble on the stairs. You can really, at this point, he can try and defend this in any way he wants. But the issue is you combine this stuff with what he said the next day. That is the problem. Now, his story here has changed, as I said, multiple times. So I will link to this below the video under sources on YouTube. From Business Insider, all the times GOP Representative Loudermilk shifted his story about the Capitol tour he led a day before the attack. And also, from Raw Story, Oath Keepers intended to turn on the gas while lawmakers were in tunnels photographed by the January 6th Capitol tourists. So the same person that was taking photos here, in tunnels, or sorry, the same tunnels that were being photographed were the tunnels that apparently the Oath Keepers wanted to turn on the gas and trap in Congress people. Now, last thing here, there is more to come.
I'm sorry, who was in Trump world establishing a back channel to the Proud Boys and Oath Keepers?
Well, all of that is to come soon. This is actually the hearing that I'm working on is about the relationship between this whole effort and the domestic violent extremist groups and how the mob was actually mobilized and put into action.
So this is the, I guess, final connection that really has to be made here is if this really was planned and there was people on the inside, Republican lawmakers that were a part of this, where was that back channel? Who were those people? Was Loudermilk one of those people? So there's more to come on all of this. Look, it may come out that Loudermilk did nothing wrong, that he really did not know. who these people were. He really did not understand what was going.
Right. That's what I said originally. Either this guy is so woefully incompetent, so in just complete space cadet. In which case, maybe this guy shouldn't be allowed to give tours. If that's the case. If it turns out that this guy had no idea, like actually legitimately testifies under oath, dude, I have no idea what's going on. I didn't even know these people. They seem like constituents and I just wanted to, give them a tour. Either you're that woefully incompetent and maybe you shouldn't be allowed to give tours then, if you don't know who the heck you're putting into the Capitol access points. When common sense is espoused, let me know. Like, bro, you haven't said absolutely nothing of value right now. You haven't said anything of value this entire time. Like, you okay, buddy? Oh, yeah, it is you. It is you. That's the same clown. Oh, yeah. That's the same clown who doesn't understand the housing market. Yeah, you're the same clown.
To go down. But he still gave a tour to a person who took those photos, who issued those threats the next day. To simply act like that's nothing is just dishonest. If he's honest in his defense here and he really did not know anything, then he would come out and say, well, this person clearly, issued these threats, said these terrible things. I didn't know who this person was. If I had known who he was, I wouldn't have given this tour. I just gave this tour without realizing what this was really about.
In which case, then why are you giving tours if you have no idea what you're doing and who you're bringing into the Capitol? If you're not a leftist, you are some degree of fascist. No, I don't think so. I think that let's be very clear with our language. Fascism is a very specific terminology. So are Nazis, so are SOCDEMs, so are leftists. All of these have meanings. Let's not get too broad.
But multiple times he has said that these photos were for the kids, or a bunch of families came and that's who we gave a tour to. If you watch the video again, there is one kid, maybe like 7 or 8, that is on that tour. The rest are all adults. Some have MAGA hats on. People taking pictures of stairwells, hallways. Like, come on, you can't play completely stupid. If you really are innocent, then you would be a lot more honest about the realities of who the person was that was there with you, about what they were doing and what they said the next day. But it shows you the total dishonesty of people that were around lawmakers that were around these insurrectionists and potentially what they knew or didn't know. But again, more is coming out. We will find out if this ultimately means anything.
True. All right, let's see how fast we can get through some of this. Actually, you know what? So apparently, just to give you the TLDR, Vince McMahon is being investigated by the WWE board for apparently a secret payment to an ex-employee. So I suspect that, I mean, to be frank, the guy seems to be quite a hole. I love how Vince McMahon. Okay, gotcha. I love how anarchism isn't a leftist ideology either. Well, generally speaking, it kind of is, right? I mean, that's another word that has another, meaning as well. I like Pi. How's it going? Labels creating divisions. I say burn it and have some pure chaos floating around for a bit. No, that's not. No, stop it. I'm a libertarian. Yes, we know. that you believe in freedom. I don't think you actually do. You may say that, but I don't think so. Yeah, we know you're a libertarian. We know by your lack of economic knowledge. There's a very interesting study done that found that the majority of crime is caused by poverty. Yes. Damn, socioeconomic socioeconomic circumstances causing desperation. No way. Hey, where'd my music go? I know the hippies will be alright. Start singing Anarchy in the USA. That's funny. Fu Manchu. 1000% believe leftists are for more freedom than you are. Yeah, usually like libertarians have absolutely no concept of what any of these things mean. Come on, why is my music off? No. I try to avoid these politicized terms because when speaking to others, I just want to change the world. True. Yeah, you're describing our current system, which is capitalism. How could you be this, like, uninformed? No, this is the current system. I mean, you could bury your head in the sand, but, like, yeah. And who are freeloaders? What does that mean? Super Aggro, I remember that show. Amazing! We got a 2-for-1 special today. Capitalism is currently in play in the US and around the world. Not even close. Damn. Folks, what system are we under? Folks, what system are we under? Damn, I must be like living in some alternate reality. Last time I checked, this was pretty capitalist and proud too. Proud of it. Is that totally... Yeah, we gave him a chance to cool down, but it didn't work. He kept calling me a fascist. You can't attack my ideology. Hey, I'm talking to you. I love how you can't respond to me. Hello? Hi? Hi? Is this totally not libertarian that is based on terrible books of Ayn Rand? Yeah. Hey, Omega Shendragon. How's it going? Anyways, if you want to read more about, or listen to more about the Vince McMahon thing. I follow r/capitalism and the stuff they post is so brainwashed. True. See? They can't respond to what I'm telling them. They have to resort to picking fights with people in chat. Sad. Couldn't win the other argument either. Damn, that's 0 for 2, buddy. That's 0 for 2. That's 0 for 2. The government is the problem. Bezos does not appear to wish to cease anymore. He appears to love this new Biden opponent. Go well with that Musk. Additionally, likes to put on while shoppers are nonetheless confronted with inflation at its highest in 40 years. Two billionaires have simply recognized the wrongdoer. For Musk and Bezos, it was a stimulus to assess shoppers at the time of the pandemic that prompted inflation. Ah, yes. Oh man, basically the accountable wrongdoer for the surge of your latest grocery retail receipt is the federal authorities. Jesus, what a bunch of clowns. You and Daryl Davis are not the same. All right. Hey, oi, folks. TOS will not, just mind the TOS. All right? Says the person who believes US is not capitalist. True. Hey, if you want to pick fights with people in chat because you can't handle, because you actually can't address my points, may I suggest going somewhere else? Hey, if you're incapable of addressing my points and are just picking fights without making any points at all, you can go somewhere else, you know. Didn't want to stop your flow, but what do you want me to debunk now? You haven't debunked jack shit. You haven't debunked anything. How do you expect to, like, your original claim here, which was a couple of days ago, maybe even last week, I don't remember, was that you are going to, quote, deprogram or take away people from this leftist cult. And how do you expect to reach people like this? How do you expect to reach people with this attitude? If you recall, I said I was bad at it. Then maybe you should evaluate and read the room. Maybe you should listen and see what people are actually talking about instead of just attacking people. Have you thought about that? how can you debunk or how can you expect to be against something if you have absolutely no idea what it is that you are for or against? Like I said, this is a childish understanding of the world. Thank you. Okay. Compassionate listening is key to understanding and changing others' minds. Exactly. Exactly. I just joined. What's the topic? Billionaires bad. Right, like, I'm against lefties. I'm also for capitalism, but I seem to understand neither of these things. Okay. I don't think that the moment somebody asks me if debate is allowed here when done in good faith and respectful, I automatically, like, a bunch of red flags come up. There's no leftist cult that there is no leftist cult that makes people blindly attack federal buildings during election proceedings, camping out with M16s out in front of offices, breaking into homes of public servants, accusing political opponents of pedophilia, and attacking protected groups. Yeah, but talk to me about cults. I believe this article on Elon and Bezos is them getting ahead of the news and taking a swipe at UBI before it becomes mainstream. Yeah, but man, if there's only an idea, if there was only a policy prescription to any type of, like, solution to any of this, then maybe. But, like, I don't know. I just feel like, billionaires are gonna billionaires. I don't know. Like, the purpose is to consolidate more and more and more. All right, chat. Focus. It's 10:30. Focus. 4 buildings at observatory in Arizona lost in wildfire. Zeoduke resubscribing for 15 months. Thank you so much for the support. I appreciate that. Yes, KTS Shine. Didn't Hank from Breaking Bad slam capitalism over the weekend? Yes. Four non-scientific buildings at the Keat Peak National Observatory Tower were lost in Tucson were lost in a wildfire, but early indications show that other buildings on property didn't appear to be damaged. Buell Januzzi, who leads the Department of Astronomy at the University of Arizona, said the fire didn't appear to have damaged the telescope. Oh, thank goodness. And science buildings at the observatory, though a closer examination of the site hasn't been made due to safety concerns. This is the most threatening fire I can remember at Keat Peak in the last 25 years. The fire reached the observatory early Friday. Crews were planning to assess the damage at the observatory later Saturday, if conditions allowed for safe entry. The Keat Peak National Observatory is operated by NOIR Lab, the National Science Foundation Center for Ground-Based Optical Infrared Astronomy. The University of Arizona, for which it had a telescope at the site since 1962, is a tenant of the observatory. The lightning-caused fire, which led to an evacuation of the observatory earlier this week, has grown to 27 square miles by Saturday. There was zero containment of the fire, which started on June 11th on a remote bridge on the Tohono. Oh, damn. Indian reservation. In North New Mexico, authorities who were concerned about the threat of post-wildfire floods as the state enters monsoon season have warned residents of San Miguel and Mora counties to be ready to evacuate due to the flooding risk. Imagine being whiplashed by, like, in one season immediately. Immediately. I think the video is muted. What? There's no video going on here. There shouldn't be any video. Imagine going from wildfire season to immediately just like whiplash, boom, floods. The TLDR of this is to kind of hammer down the point that climate change is very real, and this is the consequences of it. The fire season is going to be very, very bad, as it has been. And flooding is going to be very bad. And it's going to be very chaotic. Is this an equatorial region? It's in Arizona, if that helps. No, in pieces, Mayhem Hippie. I think that's what their comment. The largest area facing flooding threats is where a fire began just 2 months ago that burned 533 square miles. That is just wild. That is just wild. That is just wild. Well, expect this to be the new norm. Expect this to be the new norm. I support all kind of... I am the very definition of politics. I am politics itself. I worked at Amazon recently. I had some downtime switching to jobs and wanting to do something more active. It was, for exercise, it was insanely exploitative, like a single-person rest station. Like single-person rest stations to stop unionization. Yikes. The most frightening climate effect could be an expansion of the equator as a whole biosphere that has short seasonal changes and cannot sustain under 8-month summers. Yeah, like that. If I'm tracking what you're saying, thinking Sabercat, it's that whiplash of like wildfire season, and then boom, just months in like 2 months, it's flooding. 2 months and it's pluvial flooding. So it's like just as you start to recover from a 533 square mile wildfire, then you're under risk for floods. That's just wild. That's just wild. And that's here and now. The good news about climate change is that it is reversible, and we are not dropped off the edge just yet. I think that a more accurate point is that I don't know if it's 100% reversible. I think we've already kicked off dominoes that are starting to fall. That have already it's done. It's done. But what I will say is that there is still time to mitigate the worst of it. But to caveat that, but that requires a monumental effort across the board, well, yeah, the likelihood of that happening is getting lower and lower and lower and lower and lower, and our time is getting shorter and shorter and shorter. The military-industrial complex is the largest polluter. Good luck trying to get them to stop their imperialist action. I don't know if they're the largest polluter, but they have a massive carbon footprint. They have a massive carbon footprint. I believe if you took the U.S. military's carbon emissions and if you take all the carbon emissions from the military-industrial complex, it's more than like a bunch of countries combined. It's very out there. The global community ranks it as a non-priority, internationally speaking, not domestically. I disagree. I disagree. I don't know about somewhat manageable. I understand what you're saying. I just don't want people to give up. No. It should inspire people to then double up their efforts, right? Like, if you know that there is still time to kind of like try to mitigate the worst, the catastrophic scenarios, if you're trying to mitigate, there is time to mitigate the worst case scenarios, at least to make sure that we get the best possible outcomes. So therefore, it should redouble your efforts to try to get there as much as possible. But, you know, are considered part of the national security concern is because the military does have an enormous impact. Yes, it does. It has a massive carbon footprint. It has a the actual study that I can kind of remember somewhere in the recesses of my brain. I think like it is higher than like 48 countries combined or something like that. Viewing degree. Don't ask them to check like facts or anything like that. They don't do data viewing. You're asking somebody who has absolutely no idea what they're talking about to go look up like data. Please don't do that. They don't know what they're talking about. Oh man. Anyways, the TLDRs, yes, somebody brought up the military-industrial complex. Yes, they are massive. Red Dresy. They have a massive carbon footprint. I'm interested in data and still have a very hard time understanding it. Well, yeah, those are two different things, yes. $750 bases around the world? What? Yikes. Anyways, it's sad that, like, these buildings who are a center for observatory are being essentially threatened by climate change. The official report saying 750. Okay, that's still a massive amount of bases. Unnecessary, in my opinion. Unnecessary. All right. Wait, somebody asked for a cute animal video. This was in December of 21. The Thar Desert is expanding fast with land degradation. Yep. Lord. Okay, there we go. Stop trying to... Okay. Along with gradual destruction of the Aravalli Ranges, the mighty Thar Desert in western Rajasthan is expanding fast because of migration of people, changes in the rainfall pattern, spread of sand dunes, and unscientific plantation drives. The degradation of land is posing a threat to desert ecology while the climate change has contributed to the spread of arid regions. Yeah. Yep. How's your arm doing? Functioning. I can move it. Check that out. I can go like this. Oh, wait. Hold on. I can go like this. I can move it up and down. Look at that. All right, hold on. Can we go easy on the TOS? Jesus Christ. The cutest cat on YouTube. All right. It blows my mind such things as trigger laws even exist. Oh yeah, Texas has a trigger law that as soon as Roe v. Wade goes, the same minute. Yep. There's like a bunch of states that have this. Oklahoma does too. Most of the Bible Belt. Yeah, that makes sense. Can you talk about arson? No. If you want to see this,
I heard that if
that's adorable. That is adorable. That is adorable. Trigger laws is a type of law that comes into effect as soon as a certain precedence gets abolished. For example, if Roe v. Wade, legal abortions on the national level gets abolished, immediately individual states have laws that will start to be in effect banning abortions. True. Yes. Isn't that cute? All right, we'll probably watch another cute animal video on our way out, but we really do gotta talk about this. It's what we're subscribing. There's 2 cats and a tiny dog. That's adorable. honestly believe the U.S. is going to experience the largest internal migration in history after these laws are enacted. Maybe. I wouldn't be surprised, but also it's kind of hard. Trigger laws seem counterintuitive to a democratic society. It's almost like conservatives don't really care about that. I'm just saying. I'm just saying. All right, we got to talk about this because this one's important too. Texas GOP declares Biden illegitimate, demands end to abortion. Texas Republicans acted on go away ads on multiple resolutions and platform changes at their state convention this weekend, including declaring that President Joe Biden was not legitimately elected and demanding an end to abortion. It gets better, folks. It just gets better. As the more we read, the better it gets. Trust me. The Texas GOP convention in Houston reinforced how many remain fixated on former President Trump's baseless claim baseless claims of widespread fraud in the 2020 presidential election, even after the House panel investigating the January 6th attack presented evidence. Investigating the January 6th insurrection on the U.S. Capitol presented evidence that those claims were false and showed testimony from Trump's closest advisors saying that they did not believe them during televised hearings, up to and including William Barr. I like the Arizona congresswoman who proposed banning condoms except for married couples. What? Yeah, Republicans do not care about the democratic process whatsoever. Vote Libertarian? No thanks. Libertarians are memes. Earlier this week, the party's permanent 2022... No. Okay. The party's permanent 2022 platform and resolution committee advanced a resolution claiming that the 2020 election had violated the Constitution. Oh, man. Yeah. We reject the certified results of the 2020... listen to the statement that the Republican Party of Texas has chosen to write as their platform. This is their platform. This is what they officially are going to stamp on the state. Plus, the lady should try to carry 50 pregnancies to term and watch these asses become King Piccolo. What? Really, the Texas GOP? Yeah, can we just, be easy? Holy yikes, folks. If you vote Libertarian, you get to say that I didn't vote for this clown because whether a Democrat or Republican wins, they will get into office and F shit up. And now you have an out. Once again, tell me you have absolutely no understanding of the way to political power without telling me. You have no understanding for how this system works. Like I said, libertarians just have a childish view of, the world. A childish, fantastical alternate reality. It's amazing. It's amazing. It's really amazing. I don't even have to say anything. It's on full display. You guys can look at it. Well, you made a suggestion. Whether or not it's valid is another question. And yes, you have a childish view of how politics works. Yes. Yes, you do. You have a childish view of how economics works. Yes. Yes, you have like literally like a first grade understanding of how any of this works. Convention delegates also voted, both of you, if you're a libertarian, I'm talking to you. Convention delegates also voted on a measure of equal protection for the preborn. We urge lawmakers to enact legislation to abolish abortion by immediately securing the right to life and equal protection of the laws to all preborn children from the moment of fertilization, because we have no idea how biology actually works. We just want to make sure you have an econ degree, get a refund. Because abortion violates the U.S. Constitution by denying such persons the equal protection of the law. So take that for like 5 seconds. Preborn children, and then they do the switch by calling them a person. How do we square that circle? Either they're children, they're persons, or they're not. Abortion is currently prohibited after 6 weeks of pregnancy in Texas after the state's legislature passed a restrictive law last year that bans abortions after a fetal heartbeat has been detected. But a trigger law making abortion illegal would go into effect if the Supreme Court overturns Roe v. Wade. Good morning, Samalan the Kind Dragon. A decision is expected later this month that could reverse the landmark 1973 decision that guaranteed abortion rights nationwide. Angry Morning, based on what you're reading. Yeah, no, it gets better. Samalan the Kind Dragon, it gets better. The Texas GOP's new platform would also call Texas students to learn about humanity of what? Listen, this is wild to me. So remember, folks, and this is especially true in the case of Texas. Remember, folks, the conservatives were the ones who were screaming about indoctrination and grooming and all of this stuff, right? They were accusing the radical left, because apparently the radical left is very powerful in Texas. It's very known. Here we have the same party wanting to indoctrinate children by including in their curriculum teaching that life begins at fertilization and witnessing live ultrasounds. Indoctrination, essentially. So what they really mean, what conservatives and Republicans really mean, is that I don't want that to be taught. I want my indoctrination to be taught. Okay? That's what I want. I want my will to be imposed. Never mind what anybody else thinks. I want my will to be imposed. True. No facts, no logic here. That's true. That's right. No facts, no sources, no logic. That's very true. Yes, we understand the lefty ideology. No, you don't. You can't even define what it is, or capitalism for that matter. We already went over this. You can't really put a finger on it, nor can you put a finger on what actually capitalism is or economics. So yeah, it's kind of hard to say that if you don't know what you're talking about. They don't see it as indoctrination, they see it as a common sense because that's what they were indoctrinated to believe. Correct. Yes, that's a good point. So yeah, wait, it gets more. Wait, there's more, chat. Yes, there's more. It also described homosexuality as an abnormal lifestyle choice, and the party opposes all efforts to validate transgender identity. Votes from the convention delegates were collected and added several items to the official Texas GOP as the convention closed on Saturday. They handed 2 sets of ballots. One asked the delegates choose 8 of 15 legislative priorities and another on over 270 platform planks. The votes will be tallied and certified in Austin, but it's rare for a plank to be rejected, party spokesperson told the James Wilselek told the Tribune. Yeah. Yep. I whispered you a fluffy video. Yeah, we're gonna end on that one. I think I saw it. Let me go back to it. The Benjamin P. Dixon show is on break for a bit, so not sure. Well, I'll be in there bringing so I'll be sure when I'll be in there to bring viewers to you. Not a problem. I appreciate all of that, by the way, Samaline. I really do. Thank you so much. Okay, we got 2 cute animal videos. Which one do you want? Oh, it's so cute. Look at it. Oh my god. The troll was entertaining. Usually I let them, like, just peter themselves out, you know? They've got no power here. We're still getting through all our articles. We're still talking about what we need to talk about. Look at that! Isn't that the cutest? Oh, come on, chat. I believe it's a hedgehog, Rai. It's a baby hedgehog. Yawn. Grossness? No, these are cute animal videos. Yes, it's very cute. It's a it's a baby hedgehog. How could you say no to this? All right, we've got a cat video. Hold on. Is this better? Are we happy? We get another cute animal video? We're going back to back to back. Arctic foxes are cute. There we go. Got a little spicy in here today. Ooh. Anyways, we gotta focus, folks. Pretty sure, this is very, very concerning. When machines become sentient and take over the Earth, hedgehogs are only source of our only line of defense. True. It's just that the title libertarian makes people think of rednecks. No. Instead of people who want more individual rights. No. That is also not necessarily unique to libertarianism either. Oh, I've seen this. Chat. Look. It's a baby sloth. Spoiler alert, it's a very adorable squeak. True. I think this is a sloth sanctuary in Costa Rica, actually. Oh. Oh no! That's so cute. Oh, yeah, I knew it. Special thanks to the Sloth Sanctuary in Costa Rica. Damn. I knew it. Sloths, the crybabies of the animal kingdom. Oh, come on. They're cute. Is Shadow in the new Sonic movie? I haven't seen it. That's a good question. I don't know, actually. I haven't seen it. Anyways, yeah, TLDR, this is bad. This is bad. Guaranteed if they could, they would eliminate any type of non-heterosexual marriages. I've never seen a flamingo or met anyone that has. Have we been duped? Well, I thought birds weren't real, so who knows? I think there's certain elements of that is true. Viewing degree. I think there are certain elements of that is true. Really, I think citizens should just sue the Supreme Court en masse until they put in a concrete law on abortion. Can you sue the Supreme Court? How does that even work? No, fascism has a very specific definition. Jesus. So the point is, yeah, they're getting more and more unhinged. The Republican Party is just completely gone. It's just completely off base. And like Texas being a very influential stronghold, Texas being a conservative, influential stronghold, adopting this as their platform is incredibly dangerous. Yes, but individual rights just aren't unique to libertarianism. Like, the idea that a person has rights is not a concept that's unique to libertarianism. So the reason why we brought this up is to kind of caveat. Somebody linked this to me earlier. There seems to be a surge in extremist groups against LGBTQ folks, and it's incredibly concerning, especially when you have like the Republican Party moving to that platform. Good night, everyone. 'Twas educational. Viewing degree, thank you for the follow. In Idaho, 31 members of a white supremacist group packed into the back of a U-Haul. These are Patriot Front. Further west, a crew of Proud Boys interrupted a drag queen event in California, intimidating parents and children, screaming transphobic and homophobic insults. In Texas, a state plagued by anti-trans politics, a group of right-wingers screamed abuse and threatened attendees at an adults-only drag brunch Yeah. The incidents, which led to multiple arrests, took place over just one weekend. It was a concentration of anti-LGBTQ hate in America that came to a shock, but to some, but not to the advocates and groups who have been warning of an alarming rise in anti-trans and anti-gay speech over the past year, especially from the far right. It is an increase, they warn, that has been spurred on by Republican politicians and right-wing media who have pushed anti-LGBTQ talking points and legislation that have seen the rights and safety of an already marginalized group threatened. I do believe that there's an element to this. I mean, you can see the rhetoric that elected lawmakers have used, and there are definitely a wave of, well, talking heads who also spur this on. I mean, that's pretty evil. Yeah. Glad you recognize it. Sounds like a 4chan or Telegraph op. You should actually look into each story for yourself because the news is so dishonest. Instead of just like making random statements, why don't you put up what part of 31 members of Patriot Front is a lie? What part of that was wrong? Oh, 23 of them. 23 of them were feds. Really? Is there a source for that? You got 5 seconds to link me a source. They referenced 3 events. Okay. I'm asking you, which one of them, where is this wrong? Further west, a crew of Proud Boys interrupted a drag queen event in California. What part of that was wrong? And because it fits the narrative, you just want to believe it. Okay, where is it wrong? Come on. Come on. So you're telling me that you have absolutely no idea if this is wrong or right, and you're just espousing nonsense? Go fuck yourself. Holy shit. Alright, I've lost my patience. If you cannot tell me where this is wrong, why are you here? I need a source on that. Han, I need a source on that. Let's go. Facts and logic. I need it. Come on. Come on. DM me the facts and logic where you made the claim 23 are feds. Let's go. I need to know where this is coming from. I don't know if it's sarcasm. You just made another claim. It's just that the average for most alt-right groups are what? Mostly alt-right groups are feds? Is that like a fact or? Hans has the same facts as Q and then hid them behind sarcasm. It was just a joke when called out. Yeah. Oh, just a joke, huh? Just sarcasm? Ooh. My patience for clowns is getting thin. So, from now on, Mr. Han, if you make a claim, make sure that you bring it up with some, like, with some sources. You people are beyond help if you thought my comment about 23 of them, but I have unironically heard that type of logic. There are people who actually believe that. So yeah, it is kind of hard to determine whether or not you're being truthful when you haven't been. Just like Antifa plants at the alt-right protests, just like anyone. Yeah, I've heard this time and time again. So yeah, it's not like unheard of. Either make yourself clear, or if you make a statement, you better be ready to back it up. It's called Schrodinger's asshole. The person decides whether or not they were joking on or serious based on the audience's reaction to the statement. Yeah, exactly. Right, which here, there's no evidence to suggest that they were any of these were feds. They all got clapped because they were called. The police were called on them. Jesus Christ! Like, if you're gonna make a sarcastic comment, at least take 5 seconds to read into the story. Anyways, the whole point of me bringing this up is to piggyback off this article. This is the platform of the GOP in Texas. And the GOP in Texas, or the way it is perceived, is that this is going to expand to become kind of the norm. It is normalized. It is being normalized. And what follows is this. That's why I brought it up. It's a bit of an older article. By older, I mean like a week and a half ago. Oh no, this is 2 days ago. Oh, wow. Never mind. I got confused. Somebody brought it up to me on Saturday. Okay. Yeah. I was wrong. Nonetheless, the whole point is for me to bring this up is, yeah, this is a natural conclusion. This is a natural conclusion. This is what happens when Republicans win. This is what happens when the GOP wins elections. Okay? I'm just saying. This is what happens when the GOP has power. Well, some modicum of power. Where do you think we'll be in the next, 3 years? It's not just words, rhetoric. It's elected party officials endorsing divorced from reality platforms, conspiracy theories, bigotry, and no kidding, it turns into violence. Didn't you say like 10 minutes ago you can't trust the media? No, I don't think I said that. I don't think I said that. I don't think I made those statements. My point is, this is what happens when Republicans win. I mean, I can't express it any more bluntly than that. What happens next when it comes to Roe versus Wade and, all these curtailments of just basic rights are a product, are a direct line of Republicans winning elections. That's it. That's the direct line. That's it. That's my point. It is very real. And this rhetoric needs to stop. This rhetoric needs to stop, and more importantly, the GOP needs to stop winning elections. Hey chat, can somebody point me to where I said that you can't necessarily like trust the media at all? Because I feel like I feel like I'm getting gaslit in live in 4K. I don't recall you saying that, but maybe that's just me. Carlos never said that. He was reading what a chatter typed. Right. Yeah, okay. Yeah. Or the Democrats need to stop being so timid. True. But no, excuse me. We need a strong Republican Party. Those words, like, as I read these articles and as I make these connections, and as I make these connections between, like, how dangerous the GOP is getting, the words that echo in my head, in the back of my head, are Nancy Pelosi's, "We need a strong Republican Party." You got banned from Tina's channel for not listening to her and trying to debate bro her. Yeah, that seems to be like a consistent, like, you know, theme. Tina's certifiable. Certifiable what? Certifiable what? No, I need to hear this. Certifiable what? Should they ban me for putting ellipses in chat? Yeah, echo posting is a huge no-no. Certifiable what? Come on, buddy. I have like one more minute. Certifiable what? Let's get this over with. Come on. Certifiably amazing. True. Certifiably honest. True. Unique. Also true. Oof. Tina rarely bans people. Most often she'll time people out. If you get banned in her chat, you're an asshole. Yeah, I needed to hear it from them. The funny story is how many Tim Pool repeating 4,000 that the Civil War has a Texas Republican thinking attacking drag are the equivalent of John Brown's army. What? There's no like legitimate necessity to listen to Tim Pool for any like serious commentary. Yeah, I mean, listen, all you need to do is give them the rope. Eventually, it'll happen. Yeah, that was completely uncalled for. No. The fact that, like, I've been able to put up with all of this shows that we gave every possible out. Every possible out. Oh yeah, they're gone. They're gone. Every single possible out. All right, folks. It is just about to be 11:30. I gotta get going to work. Folks, if you enjoy the content, make sure you hit the follow button. You get 5 free emotes. Make sure you join on the YouTubes by playing exclamation YT. Join the Discord to keep up with the channel. And there's going to be more announcements later on this week. Can we have a laugh at WWE? No, because I got to get to work. Have an amazing day. Thank you as always. Thank you. Hold on, give me a second, folks. I hope we hadn't hand it over completely to you and bring it to complete destruction. I don't know who you're talking to. I don't know who you're talking to. Whatever, I don't care. As long as it's not me. As long as I don't have to accept any personal responsibility. I love it. I love it. Alright, folks. As always, please stay safe. Please take care of each other. I love you all, and I hope to see you guys in the next one. See ya. Yeah, words have meanings. No, not even close. You just don't care. I know you don't care. Whatever makes you feel better, whatever makes those Fifi better, feel better. By the way, thank you, Mayhem Hippie, for those 100 biddies. Whatever makes those Fifi feel better. What's wrong with supporting LGBTQ people? Fuck Christianity. Next question. Nah, you're against the word of God. Fuck off. Alright, folks, hang tight. We are heading out in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. See ya.